The Middle East has long been plagued by war and instability, but the current uptick in violence between Israel and its neighbors has increased the risk level of the current ongoing situation. While Russia has publicly denounced Israel's actions, some of Israel's actions during this war have placed Russia in a difficult situation, and Russia is not happy about it, since they have sent a strong message to Israel to stop their aggression and respect international law or face the consequences. Israel claims that it's acting in self-defense against the threats posed by these countries and their allies, who are hostile to its existence and security. President Vladimir Putin stated that it was unfair that innocent women, children, and the elderly in Gaza were being punished for the actions of others, and he warned that Israel's confrontation with Hamas may extend well beyond the Middle East. Putin stated that the violence in the area had to end during a meeting in the Kremlin with religious leaders from several Russian faiths. He claimed to have warned other international leaders over the phone that a far larger conflict was possible if it didn't. According to a transcript of the meeting obtained by the Kremlin, Putin stated, "Our task today, our main task, is to stop the bloodshed and violence. Otherwise, there are serious, exceedingly hazardous, and fatal consequences if the issue is allowed to worsen. Furthermore, not only for the Middle East, it may spill out well beyond the confines of the Middle East." How grave is the warning from Russia? In this video, we'll examine how Russia just issued a significant warning to Israel and what it means for the Middle East's future since 1948. What has Israel been doing that may include Russia, and how does it influence Russia's interests and aspirations in the region? Israel and Syria have been at war for a long time, but in recent years the conflict has intensified due to Russia and Iran's involvement in the Syrian civil war. The Syrian government and its allies, some of whom Israel and the U.S. consider terrorists, receive support from Iran, an Israeli regional enemy. Since 2012, Israel has carried out hundreds of airstrikes against Iranian targets in Syria because it views Iran's activities and presence there as a threat to regional security and stability. In order to prevent unintentional conflicts while handling the complex geopolitical situation in the region, Israel has typically notified Russia prior to taking military action in Syria. Russia is a crucial ally of the Syrian government, and communication between the two countries aims to prevent conflicts or misunderstandings between their forces. Israel's air superiority and operational independence might be threatened by Russia's military presence and air defense systems in Syria. But Israel has recently stepped up its strikes on Iranian-backed militias in Syria that have advanced near the Israeli border. These militias include the Fatemiyun Brigade, a Shia organization from Afghanistan that's been engaged in combat with the Syrian army, and Hezbollah, a Shia group from Lebanon that fought a war with Israel in 2006. According to the Interfax news agency, Israel charges these organizations with constructing infrastructure, importing weapons, and plotting operations against Israel from Syrian territory. As a usual rule, Israel doesn't notify Russia before striking Syria. Instead, we learn about its actions after they occur. However, Israel has modified its strategy and is no longer required to notify Russia, Syria's ally, before assaulting Syrian land, according to Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Bogdanov. This change is aggravating the already tense relations between Israel and Russia, which have seen a number of military and diplomatic incidents in recent years, including the shooting down of a Russian plane by Syrian air defenses during an Israeli attack in 2018, along with the expulsion of a Russian diplomat by Israel in 2012 over allegations of spying. This change also reflects Israel's growing dissatisfaction with Russia's failure or reluctance to limit Iran's power and activities in Syria, as well as Israel's resolve to protect its interests while deterring its enemies. Perhaps Israel also believes that by keeping this information secret, it can surprise its targets more and lower the likelihood of leaks or interference. There is a chance that Syria will turn into a new front in Israel's war in Gaza, something the United States and its regional allies are working to prevent as they attempt to control the conflict. The lack of coordination and trust between Israel and Russia could lead to more misunderstandings, errors, and escalation in the unstable region. Hezbollah's stronghold in Lebanon, from where it regularly fires missiles at the Israeli military, is bordering Israel, and tensions there are already high. Hezbollah has also issued a warning, threatening to join the battle in Gaza and create a new front against Israel from Syria, where it is well established and has significant influence. Should this occur, Israel may find itself in a multi-front conflict that would test its resolve, both politically and militarily. Russia views this as a violation of the de-escalation agreement that the two countries made in 2015 and a threat to regional and global security. However, according to Geir Peterson, the United Nations Special Envoy for the country, the spillover into Syria is not only a risk, it's already begun. Fuel is being added to the tinderbox, which was already beginning to ignite. Russia has accused Israel of undermining diplomatic attempts to settle the Syrian conflict and endangering Russian assets and people stationed in Syria. Concern over the humanitarian and environmental repercussions of Israel's strikes, particularly in populated areas, has also been expressed by Russia. Russia has threatened to impose penalties on Israel if it does not respect Syria's sovereignty and cease hitting Syrian targets. Israel and Russia's lack of cooperation and confidence may lead to greater misunderstandings, escalation, and tensions in the unstable area. It could also have an impact on Israel's ties with the United States, which are close friends and share an opinion on Iran and its nuclear program. The United States has encouraged Israel and Hamas to cease hostilities and begin negotiations as part of its efforts to stop a larger confrontation in the Middle East and to restore stability and peace to the region. Russia could also be concerned that Israel's strikes might lead to Hezbollah and Iran taking action and escalating the turmoil in Syria and the surrounding area. This development could worry the United States because it could complicate relations with both Russia and Israel and jeopardize efforts to resurrect a nuclear agreement with Iran and put an end to the Syrian conflict. Furthermore, Russia may also wish to demonstrate its authority and credibility as a mediator and power player in the Middle East. The United States could also be concerned that Israel's strikes would damage its strategic and security interests by igniting a larger confrontation in the area. However, the United States may also like to continue leading and participating in the Middle East peace process, as other significant issues are brewing between Russia and Israel. A controversial statement made by Heritage Minister Amichai Eliyahu in a radio interview recently challenged Israel's policy of nuclear ambiguity or opacity, which means it does not confirm nor deny its nuclear capabilities and keeps a low profile on nuclear issues. This strategy is meant to deter potential enemies while avoiding international attention and pressure. Although Israel is widely believed to be the only nuclear-armed state in the Middle East, it's never officially admitted or denied having nuclear weapons. In response to this revelation, she questioned why the International Nuclear Inspectors and International Atomic Energy Agency did not act. The IAEA is the UN's nuclear watchdog, monitoring and confirming member nations' nuclear commitments and operations. Israel does not have to declare or report its nuclear facilities or activities, and it's not subject to the safeguards and inspections of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Because it's not a party to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, also known as the NPT, which aims to combat the spread of nuclear weapons and promote peaceful uses of nuclear energy. Zakharova urged Israel to become more open and accountable, stating that this was a major issue for regional and international security. Based on estimates from the Federation of American Scientists, Israel is thought to possess approximately 90 nuclear warheads that can be delivered by aircraft, ballistic missiles, or submarines. Currently, Israel and Hamas are in a truce, during which Hamas has been releasing many of the hostages. The duration of the truce is unknown, but the next few weeks will be critical. If the two sides cannot come to a permanent solution soon, the war may escalate even further. With that being said, we come to the end of this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and also tell me what videos you would like for us to do next. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.